Hello friend, how is it going? Welcome back to Toyota Maintenance YouTube channel. You are looking with me on 2010 Toyota Prius. This one has 195,000 miles on the clock. Is running like a champ so far, and we are performing maintenance services. One of them are spark plugs. Let me show you that this engine 2ZRFXE and this generation of Prius, it's actually not so easy and quick to replace spark plugs. And you might think, what is so difficult? Just pop up this plastic cover, lift it up, and look, you have perfect access to the ignition coils, for spark plugs underneath. What's such a big deal? Well, the coils are long, and this cover will be in your way. It will not let you to lift any of these and get to the spark plugs. So the complication on this generation is this entire area needs to be removed. A lot of people say when they were designing this generation of Prius, somebody went on vacation and departments weren't communicating with each other, and we end up with this difficulty. So let's go and take care of the business. And I don't have much time either today, so this might be not very detailed video, but I will try to film it to give you idea what is involved in this procedure. This nut for this windshield wiper is 14 millimeter. Sometimes these give a fight, but hopefully this one will be easy to replace. You can also mark them, but you can also see on the windshield, this one is dirty, where the wiper is sitting. These two nuts, I believe, are also 14 millimeters. Yep. 1, 2. So these need to be removed too. And we will lift that entire arm up. As so. Oh, another score here. Now at each side there are two small fasteners. I speak about this baby, so that's a one, and this is the second right here. You just push the center part in, you are able to remove those. Along this edge there is such a, I will say, clip, so I'm just slightly pushing them in. It's a piece of plastic, so from underneath I'm trying to disconnect that. And look, this whole thing is slowly, that was the brake fluid cover, my bad. And if I disconnect one of these, they're like extra sides, this piece of plastic. If I disconnect those, it will create here that space. It will let me finally get this thing away. Oh my God. Oh my God means wow. We made together a week ago video about the mice nest which was in the glove box, pretty hardcore. We discussed that. Well, here I'm taking pictures for the owner. There is continuity right here. Let me show you. So you remember a video with that really massive bad mice nest? Look at this. This is a home. Basically it was perfectly designed for a mice to live here. So I will not film removing and cleaning all of this. I will just do it and we will continue together. I will actually first disconnect this electric wiring harness, which is for the windshield wiper motor. So this needs to be disconnected because we are removing that entire steel part. which you will see in just a second. Alright, that was the last part. Now we can remove that entire windshield wiper assembly. As I said before, on my last one, which I did for the customer, I believe it was cracked right here, and she had kind of weird function of windshield wipers, and that was the reason. So let's go here. I hope I can get this one. Alright. So it's a 10mm bolt, holding it down on those rubber mounts. Let's see if that was the last one. I don't do it very often. Oh yeah, this one is actually, yes, you see that? That was not a bolt, it's just again a rubber grommet. Now it will be easier to get rid of that mice nest. I normally continue with removing this plastic separator or partition, whatever name of this is. Right, so that goes too, because it's easier to remove that steel part too. There is one more small one on this side. Again, you just lift it up. These are popped in. Hopefully you can see the fastener. It's a push-in style, so this tool nicely takes it out. More cleaning. And now, just using common sense, you will be, if you ever try this, removing these 10mm bolts. There are many of them, so ideally, in this case, you have some power tool. Did I miss something here? I don't think so. That actually should be it. Here I can go for this one or these two. That's totally up to anybody. That wobble is actually a pain, but there are moments when you need it. That was the parts guide for the forerunner in the afternoon. Look, this is actually way better. That wobble was absolute pain. So you saw that could be all of them. We will find out in just a second. And let's just go and get rid of this support too. If I remember correctly, there are no more hidden tricks. And just carefully, without scraping the paint of the vehicle. Right, it's not our car, but a customer's. Voila, here. Look at it. It's like a Star Wars spaceship, excuse me. It's floating by. Now we finally have perfect opening all over. More cleaning needed. You see there that ABS computer that was completely hidden from anybody's view. You see that? The back of the engine. More cleaning over there. But we are going to focus right now on this area. So you see how much time was wasted just because the engine is turned slightly towards to the cabin. It is what it is, but that's basically you as the owner of these vehicles. If you hire us, you have to pay for this. When you are unclipping these coils, you want to be extra careful with this clip. These clips break extremely easy. Oh yeah, good, I didn't break it. So please don't rush this little moment, this stage, when you are unclipping wiring harness from those coils. It pays to have a little pick like this. That helps. And carefully, don't rush this, carefully lift that tab. Help yourself, because when you push on it, right here, it actually doesn't want to go. It needs a little tiny help, like right now. And look, it should slide backwards. Voila, perfect. Just for convenience getting to this 10 millimeter, I will really quickly unclip this connector. Is it quick? Yes. And now I know I will not break it using my tool. So 10 millimeter again. 3 and 4. And coils will be coming out. Now, little trick for you. I prefer to put the coils in exactly the same spot as I remove them from. The reason for it is they will have different resistances, impedance, and I don't want to trigger check engine light after I will give back the vehicle to the customer. So as a prevention, I use this little paint pen and I write the numbers on them so I don't mix them up. And as you all know, this is the cylinder number 1, so I mark this 1, 2, 3 and 4. Now you will realize that you cannot use your old, normally wide spark plug wrench. You need that thin for the pencil plugs, the 14 millimeter. So if you again ever plan on this, now you got a hint what tool you will have to have ready. Where's my ratchet? Right here. And here we go. Please don't use power tools when you are removing the spark plugs. You don't know how stuck they are in, how long they were there. You don't want to ever break a spark plug in the cylinder head. And especially not these thinner ones, or we call them pencil ones, pencil spark plugs, because they are way thinner and more fragile than the old ones. Coming here with impact wrench, you will most likely break it, and then you are screwed for a very, very long time. I rather take it so slowly. They have also super long thread. So did you see how long it took? Here we go, and the plug is finally out, and it's pretty bad. I see the gap is way bigger than 1.1 millimeter. And please note, in your owner's manual, you see this might be original, never changed. So the manual tells you you have to use iridium Denso SC20HR11, correct? Don't be in shock when the dealer will give you something else. I will just show you which ones are the current ones. Nowadays, the Toyota parts person will give you iridium Denso SC20HR11. And this is, ladies and gentlemen, correct. I already recheck it with the multiple parts guys. It's not like they were trying to get rid of me when they sold it to me, and I called them back years ago. All of them say yes, this is spark plug which supersedes the old ones. To install the new plugs, you can use copper-based anti-seize if you like. Some of you say, no, I will never do that. So that's totally up to you. I'm going to take that new spark plug and push it all the way in this socket. There is a rubber O-ring which holds it for you who are new, for the newbies. And carefully, without touching that tip anything, carefully I will find the thread and start installing that spark plug by the hand only. Again, don't you try to speed up this and use some power tools. Absolute nonsense. When I will hit the end, I cannot turn it anymore. It's time for a torque wrench. Of course, you don't want to leave that spark plug too loose there, and also you don't want to tighten it so much that you will strip the thread in that aluminum head. So I use personally on this snap-on only 18 Newton meters of the torque. So I will connect it and start carefully turning it further. Suddenly you see it goes way further. But now I hit another kind of point of resistance, and I will wait for the torque wrench to show me that I reach 18. Still turning. And here we go. And that's a stop. I will be not even retrying second time. It tells me it was 17.9, and that's where I will end. The spark plug socket comes out. I am ready either continue on the next spark plugs, which I will normally do, but since I'm filming for you, here I will clean my number one. I will just show it really quickly. I don't have time to keep filming, there's no way, there's no point. For these 10 millimeters, can totally use, if you set up your tool to the soft clutch, you can totally speed it up if you are in a hurry. I know it's perfectly engaged, and I can carefully, and you will hear the click, attach that wiring harness. Listen to this. Right? Perfect. So that was the one. Obviously all the other ones are exactly the same procedure. So I hope this gives you idea how difficult or easy, it depends on you, your skills, is to replace spark plugs on 2010 Toyota Prius. I will not keep filming every single one of them and then how I put it back together. I think that's pointless. Everybody saw how it was removed. It's the exactly opposite to put it together. I rather film the other services for you, for this channel, on this car today. So I hope you enjoyed it, you find it helpful, and be subscribed. I have way more coming your way soon. Thanks for watching and have a great day, my friend.